Welcome to Monday Meditation. The goal of these meditations is to open the door for a physical connection, the mind, the body, and the spirit, to bring all three aspects of who we are to God, to come into his presence in a richer and a fuller way. And I've decided, because I have found Psalm 86 to be particularly deep. My tongue is, I just washed my mouth and now I can't do a thing with it. And today, because Psalm 86 is so rich, I'm going to break it up and do a little series here that will focus on specifically God's presence in these meditations about Psalm 86. And I'm going to begin with verses 1 through 4. Now, if this is your first time here, I'm going to quickly go through the preparation for meditation. And I've talked about the physical aspects because I think that those are the ones that most people neglect. And I think they're particularly valuable. They're key in terms of allowing what we know of God, our experience of God, that's primarily in American experience, I'll just say, mental and spiritual, of course, mental and spiritual, but often, maybe not just American, but those of us that have had to deal with serious, or any, really, let's be honest, any kind of impact from life, when there have been difficult things, tricky things that we have taken and we're not able to process and we just stuff them down. And we don't want to deal with them. We don't want to look at them. They live in our body. Those impacts live in our body and makes us want to not look at them, to maybe get busier, to get involved in some other thing that distracts us. You know, the kinds of things that are called addictions. And those that people might not put in that category, such as busyness. So let's come in now, this Monday, into Psalm 86, into this little mini series to focus on our link, our communication with, our awareness of God, to come into his presence in our mind and in our body and in our spirit. So I'll do a little thumbnail introduction. We're going to make sure that our body is comfortable and as supported as possible. I have a very special low back support in this particular desk chair. And I do have a headrest, but I took it off because it was interfering with some of the other technical things. But you could take a pillow if you don't have a support for your head. You could take a pillow and put it behind and get yourself really rested. If you have one of those horseshoe-shaped pillows for travel, you could get that to rest your head. Also, we're going to practice grounding. Grounding means making sure that your body is connected to a solid source. It would be really nice to go be in the grass outside and ground literally on the ground. But we're going to ground where we are. The first thing is to make sure that your feet are on the floor. So if you have a chair that's high and your legs are a little short, get a pillow. You could do that. I have a pillow here. You could put it under your feet, or a little stool, or a box, a couple of books, whatever, but make sure that your feet can touch the floor. Allow your body's weight to sit into your chair, settle into your chair. I just relaxed my lower back, but I'll come back up so you can see me. But Settle into your chair. So the grounding, your feet. You could wiggle your toes, move the balls of your feet. I have a couple of tennis balls in a knee sock that I put underneath my feet. Or you can use one of those little apparatuses with wheels on it. Get a rough pillow or a firm stool to make your feet aware that they are grounded, that you are grounded. Your buns in the chair. You can wiggle them just a little bit. Make sure, yes. Now, let's begin to go there. So your feet are grounded. Your buns are settled in, lower back. If you need a pillow there, put a pillow there, roll up a towel. I'm putting my pillow on my lap today, so that it's, actually, I need another one. Oh, I'm sitting on I have another pillow. Here we are. I'm sitting on one, but here's another one. I'm going to put a pillow underneath each arm. There's arms on the chair, but they're not very comfortable. So now my shoulders can relax. My whole body, I'm concentrating on having my whole body relax. The idea is to be still in our mind, to let go of all those concerns that we've had about what we're going to do today, to have our body relax, which we're working on the physical part, but also the spirit, to just come into God's presence in peace, remembering who He is. And I choose to begin with 3 nice deep breaths for that reason. To calm my mind, to let things go, to help my body, my nervous system to calm down, and also my spirit, to allow my spirit to settle into the truth of who God is and who I am before Him. So let's do that. 3 nice deep breaths. Nice and deep. Fill up your whole belly. Pause as long as you need to. And then exhale. Exhale always longer than the inhale, so that make sure that you've emptied out all of that old breath, all the old CO2. Now let's breathe in again. I choose to breathe in through I close my eyes. You can do that if you like. In through my nose. And out through my mouth. Right at the end, I find myself pushing with my back muscles to really empty out that old dead air. And one more. This time when I breathe out, I'm going to make a sound. I might just hum. It helps to calm the vagus nerve right here. But here we go. Of course, you can do that for yourself. Ooh. Psalm 86, verses 1 through 4. This is a psalm of David. Hear, O Lord, and answer me, for I am poor and needy. Guard my life, for I am devoted to you. You are my God. Save your servant who trusts in you. Have mercy on me, O Lord, for I call to you all day long. Bring joy to your servant, for to you, O Lord, I lift up my soul. Notice how David comes to God. He's at the end of his rope, and he pours out the depth of his need, whether it's fear, whether it's guilt, whether it's shame, whatever's going on. He is bringing all of that stuff because he can't deal with it himself, and quickly turns to God. We go through this time. Every time you hear the word you, remember that David is talking to the Lord, capital L, capital O, capital R, capital D. God, Father, Son, and Spirit. Lord, the Lord. Remember why we're here. It's to be in his presence, in our mind, in our body, in our spirit. So we've taken our breath. Let's go through this passage again. Allow your body to rest. Hear, O Lord, and answer me, for I am poor and needy. Guard my life, for I am devoted to you. You are my God. Save your servant who trusts in you. Have mercy on me, O Lord, for I call to you all day long. Bring joy to your servant, for to you, O Lord, I lift up my soul. This is authentic. This is David being real about where he is before a holy God, and turning his mind and his body and his spirit to that God, his God, personal, in trust. And that's his focus. I pray that it's your focus too. Now, if you're watching this on recording, then you can pause anywhere along the way. You can go back and hear it, listen, and follow again. I pray the Lord blesses you with his presence. Amen.